Cavaliers Live, presented by Wayside Furniture. The Cavaliers continue their winning ways here at home in a possible playoff matchup with the Atlanta Hawks. Cavaliers finding a way, holding on in that fourth quarter to come away with a 122-116 victory. Donovan Mitchell leading the way with 31 points and 7 boards. He's standing by with Serena Winters.
Thanks, Kaylee. Donovan, the Hawks came in here. They were the team that needed this win, but you guys certainly played like you were the team that needed it also. Why?
I mean, we're trying to prep for the playoffs, right? That's the biggest thing, and you know, got to give them credit. They're a really well-coached team. Quinn Snyder's a hell of a coach. They got a lot of talent over there. The biggest thing, especially going down to halftime, is stay with it. You know, stay with the game plan, trusting each other, and that's what we did.
You mentioned halftime, down 7, find yourself up 17 heading into the fourth. What did you guys find there?
Just, you know, like I said, staying with it. You know, understanding out, just getting to the paint, trying to be aggressive, Evan trying to be aggressive, doing the little things, and understanding, you know, you're not going to blow a team like that up by 20. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to come back and chip away. The biggest thing is we stayed with it mentally, and that's all it took.
You certainly stayed with it individually out there tonight. You looked really good. What was working for you so well?
Just trying to be aggressive, get to the rim, understand it's that time of year, right? We talked about it after the Indiana game, trying to push my conditioning, push every level, you know, and the best way to do that is to get there, get downhill, guard their best player when we have to, get in the boards and do whatever's necessary. And I think we all did a good job tonight.
You said it, it's that time of year. 2 games left until the postseason, but how ready are you for it to get started?
I'm excited. You know, I think the fans are excited. I think the fans feel it. I know the city's excited. You know, we understand what's at stake here. We understand what it is, and we got to go out there and execute. And the biggest thing is we just got to stay together. The city's got to stay together, and we'll do our job.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Kaylee, back to you.
Serena, thank you. Welcome in courtside here at Rocket Arena. Alongside Mr. Cavalier, Austin Carr, I'm Kaylee Griffin. The Cavaliers certainly making it interesting down the stretch, but holding on for a 122-116 victory here tonight. Austin, it certainly felt like a playoff environment in this building. I think the fans are gearing up for what next week has in store. This could be the team that they see on the other side. The Hawks, they didn't make it easy down the stretch. No. What allowed the Cavaliers to hold on, and what impressed you about the way they did?
Well, the one thing that I'm starting to see, especially tonight, was their defense. The defense was a lot more physical. They weren't worried about how many fouls you have. They were getting over picks. They were playing the passing lanes. Those are so important when it comes down to stopping, especially this team, because they don't have Young anymore. So they don't have a guy that's going to beat you off the dribble. Keep everybody in front of you, and it started to affect them. The only way they got back in the game, the Cavaliers kind of started playing their style, and they weren't hitting shots, and that got them back in the game. But once the game slowed down to playoff style, the Cavs were able to regroup and get themselves back together.
No question. Well, let's take a look now at our Disney Make Them Pay moment. And, well, the moment was Evan Mobley tonight, a huge double-double, 22 points and 19 rebounds. He already had a double-double in the first half. Austin, what stood out to you about how he was able to take control on both ends of the floor?
He set the tone right away, and he showed all of his abilities. I mean, what I like, these are kind of baskets that we can have that affect the game with Mobley inside. Him and Allen both, Traverse City, they were towering tonight. And because that's the one thing that the Hawks can't handle is 2 guys in the middle who can finish at the rim.
There have been times throughout the season where these two have struggled to strike a balance, both being effective at the same time. How were they able to do it tonight?
Because the Cavaliers came out looking for him right away. They came out trying to get the ball inside the 2-point line and 3-point line, inside the lane on a consistent basis. And Mobley, you could feel it. It gave him energy. He was fired up and ready to go, and that kind of brought it along. And you could tell a lot of times Allen would get in the lane, and he had a smaller man on him, behind him. And the Cavs started getting him the ball. That is so important right away. It sets the tone. It lets the Hawks know we got to protect the basket, and that's what you want. That opens up your outside game.
No, the Cavaliers felt comfortable because of the third quarter they had, Austin. They trailed by 7 at halftime, but they came out and they outscored Atlanta 44-20 in that third quarter. Donovan Mitchell had 13 points. James Harden had 9. They shot 61% from the floor and 70% from 3 in that quarter. What was different about their approach coming out of halftime.
The ball movement and the defense right there, that was a spectacular play by Dean Wade right off the passing lane, overplaying the passing lane. Mobley protecting the basket. Mobley attacking the basket off of a play from Harden. They just did a lot of good two-man game action and moving that ball. When they stopped moving the ball, that gave the Hawks chance to regroup and get themselves together. But moving that basketball really has an effect on the Hawks defense.
There you see it there. The Cavaliers just absolutely dominating in that third quarter on their way to this big victory here tonight. And again, Austin, they didn't need this win, the Cavaliers, in terms of any seeding. They've locked in the top 4 seed. Atlanta did, and now it puts pressure on their shoulders because they're still fighting for seeding. How much will this benefit the Cavaliers as they continue to push over these next 2 games?
Well, to tell you the truth, with this young team, without Young on it, it's a different team. They don't have the guys that can beat you off the dribble anytime and keeps your defense on your heels. So it's going to be different because now this is a young team. And what's going to happen now? They're going to start thinking, ooh, we can't lose. We got to win these games. And all of a sudden, you don't play the same. So it's going to have a big effect on this team. You could tell they start hanging their heads. It might be Toronto that we might be dealing with.
Very possible. We'll see how these next few days shake out. 4 Cavaliers scored in double figures. Donovan Mitchell led the way. He finished with 31 points. He added 7 rebounds as well. Also, this is what we've come to expect when it comes to Donovan Mitchell. He always sets the tone. How did he do that tonight?
Well, because he attacked the hoop. You look at it, what he's starting to do now, he's going inside. He's not looking for that outside shot unless it's absolutely there. I mean, he had to take that because of the time clock. But he's not looking for that shot now. He's looking to take you to the hoop. I love that style of ball.
When this backcourt is clicking, well, this team is hard to beat, especially when they get the type of production that they did out of their front court as well here tonight. As we take a look at James Harden's night, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists as we revisit our FanDuel Same Game Parlay. We had our eyes on James Harden here tonight. Austin, what did you make of his performance?
Well, he didn't shoot the ball as well as he'd like to, 6 for 23, but James Harden changed the game. When James Harden made those 2 3-point shots in the second half, the whole game changed in the Cavaliers' favor.
No question, James Harden delivering in the biggest moments, and oh man, we are so close. We are just so close. We just needed 4 more points out of James Harden. We have 1 more to go. People at home, we can do it, but don't bet with us. I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Kelly, this is hard work.
It really is hard.
I mean,
We're not
I
very
can't
good.
believe that. We don't have the. We need a few more. We need to study a little more because something is. I don't understand it because we won. We actually, to me, we won.
We did win. I think we did. All right, we got more coming up here on Cavaliers Live. We're going to hear from head coach Kenny Atkinson when we return. The GMC dealer for a test drive today. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Welcome back to Cavaliers Live, presented by Wayside Furniture. The Cavaliers continue their winning ways tonight as they take down the Hawks 122-116. Just 2 games remain in the regular season. For more on tonight's game, let's hear some thoughts from head coach Kenny Atkinson. His press conference is presented by Wayside.
I thought we were more active defensively. I think we forced 6 turnovers. I think Dean had the first one, was at that steal on the wing, and that got us going. So before that, I felt like we were just kind of playing a little passively defensively. Turned it up. Thought that was the difference.
Does a performance like this one make you feel as if this group is ready for the postseason?
I love the rep we got tonight. Like, that was a playoff type game. You know, the ups and downs, we're up and then they come back like this. And then you got to execute at the end. We did a lot of good things. Obviously got to clean up some stuff, but great rep in having our core 4 out there, you know, at the end. I thought Evan he played with such great force tonight. You know, when he plays with that type of force, I know it's not perfect, and you know, but rebounding the ball, getting in the paint, getting deep in the paint, wish he would have made that corner three because it looked good. You know, that was great. Great one more to him. But I thought he was great tonight.
Kenny, how difficult is what Jared Allen's playing through right now?
You're gonna have to ask him, right? Listen, I know, you know, he's going through some stuff, and you know, just, you know, we'll get feedback tomorrow and see where we're at. You know, there's a reason he missed games, right? And I saw it tonight too, Ethan. I agree. So we'll get feedback from him, get him some treatment, see where we're at.
You mentioned just meeting the moment, right, in Donovan, 31 tonight.
Yeah.
I felt like he had a different level of fire. You mentioned the playoff intensity. When he's playing to that caliber, do you think he's a 1A caliber player?
Yeah. And Danny, that's what I forgot. It was the third quarter, and then Donovan getting downhill. It wasn't Donovan shooting pull-up threes. It wasn't Donovan in pick and rolls. Donovan creating advantages, going by his guy, and not only at the scoring at the rim, but he started spraying out. He really was the catalyst of that third quarter rush.
Hey, Kenny, I know I didn't have a great shooting night tonight, but how succinctly would you illustrate what difference James Harden has made to your team?
Yeah, I mean, you know, James didn't have his greatest, you know, greatest game tonight, but man, I tell you, I feel so comfortable with him with the ball in his hands at the end of games. You know, with his free throw shooting being the primary thing, great free throw shooter, and he's gonna make the right play. Poise, confidence, maturity. We're just a more mature team with him handling. I think that's part of the reason our clutch numbers are so good. We got a clutch player leading us, and like I said, it's not just about the scoring.
Chris.
Hey,
Chris.
You said before the game, two of the things that you're trying to figure out going into the playoffs: who starts and who finishes.
Yeah.
You went with Dean to start. What went into that decision?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we know we have the data, right, from 3 years, you know, how good he's been with that group. And then, Chris, I think the defense is, you know, we've been struggling a little bit defensively. He obviously adds that element. And when he makes a 3 or 2 like he did, that helps us tremendously. And then at the end there, it was I felt like we needed Sam shooting, you know, so that was a choice. Got Dean in for that last defensive possession, but again, you could argue, Chris, hey, Dean could have finished too. That's how well he played. But again, I feel confident with Sam's ability to give us the gravity and you know, the 3-point shooting.
Going back to the conversation about
the Cavaliers take down the Atlanta Hawks here tonight, 122-116. Evan Mobley leading the way, 22 points and 19 rebounds for the big man tonight.